Hey everybody, it's super windy out today, so I'm just filming in the shed, and then the rest I'm just going to film on silent film so you can see what I'm doing. But today I'm splitting my rhubarb. So I just wanted to show you how it's done. If you've ever wanted to try it, you should split your rhubarb every couple of years. These ones I haven't split for 7 years, so I'm actually going to split one, and then I'm going to transplant the one that I split a couple of years ago, because it's not in a spot that it can really grow well anymore. These rhubarbs grow huge, so it needs a little bit more space. So here we go. Before you begin transplanting, you want to make sure that you have the correct tools for the job. So here I have a spade, and we also have a round nose shovel that we'll be using. So the first thing you want to do is just cut the roots. So dig around the entire root ball of the plant that you're going to split. And you want to do this project early in the spring, as you can see here, before the leaves really start to grow. And it would have been ideal to even do this a couple of weeks ago, but I just lost track of time. So to make this an easier project, I'm actually splitting the root ball in 2 larger pieces just to make it a little bit easier to get out. And then what you do is just pop it out of the ground like this, and then lay it out in an area where you are able to then separate it into smaller pieces. So there's a cool picture of what it looks like, and then you just go ahead and break off kind of small chunks. Now it's interesting, when I first got this plant and brought it home, it came from Niagara. My dad broke it off of his plant, and when I got it home, it had one floppy flagging leaf with hardly any root mass on it. And so I just thought, I'll plop it in the ground, and I'll probably have to buy rhubarb plants at some point down the road. And look at them now. So you don't need to have a lot of plant material and rooting material in order for rhubarb to take off. Anybody who has rhubarb knows this. So we just went and took our time and used that sharp spade to break apart small little pieces of rhubarb. And so you should have something on hand for transport. So we are using pots and plastic bags because we're delivering these to friends. But if you are splitting your rhubarb and you're going to be planting it, say, somewhere else on your property, then you can just split it like I'm doing here and take it right over, which I'm going to show you at the end of the video, and plant it directly in the ground into a new planting hole. So there's really nothing to it. But when you split your rhubarb like this, it helps to rejuvenate the plant and allow, to split and share with friends. One of the things that you should be mindful of, though, if you're splitting rhubarb, is that you plant it pretty soon after you dig it. You don't want the plants to dry out. So in order to transplant it into a new location, you dig a hole about the size of the root mass or the piece of plant that you're going to plant. And usually I measure how deep, but I had already done that previously. Plop the roots and the root mass into the hole and backfill with the soil that you dug from the hole. What I like to do, I'm actually planting this in one of my potato mounds from last year, but what I like to always do is try to mulch around the plant after, just to keep any weeds to a minimum. But as you can see in that bed, there are a number of weeds. So yeah, just backfill the hole. It's supposed to rain tonight, so that's why I did this project today. I wanted these plants to get rained in and get a jump start on the growing season. So you just pack the soil down. If it's not going to rain, I would recommend watering it in, adding some mulch, and then you've got a new rhubarb plant. This is a really cool way to split your plants and to increase your rhubarb production. It is one of the tastiest treats in the springtime to start. You can make rhubarb crumble. It's really good for freezing. You can just stew rhubarb. There's a lot of really great recipes for rhubarb out there. So thanks for watching. I hope this helped, and happy rhubarb growing this season.